All right, well, I'm looking at a Sudoku today. Now, this is a 6x6 Sudoku, which is smaller than the standard 9x9. And this is called 4 Wins by Michael Lefkowitz. And I thought it looked interesting, and I thought, you know what, I want to try this one on video. We'll see how it goes. So, all right, Editor Scott jumping in here because I wanted to let you know that I have since contacted Michael, the setter of this puzzle, and found out that this is actually part of a puzzle pack that Michael was planning to release and has since released now. And so I'm gonna leave a link in the description or in a comment, or depending on where you're watching this, there will be a link somewhere, maybe on the screen somewhere. We'll figure something out, to the full pack if you want to do. It's called Grids for Any Weather. And this puzzle is now actually called Fair Winds instead of 4 Winds, and they're all weather-themed puzzles, so pretty interesting. So if you would like to go check those out, check out that link, and if you guys would like to see me solve the rest of the pack, you know, let me know about that too. Maybe I'll look at the other puzzles in the future. But now back to past Scott and his solve of 4 Winds, or Fair Winds, or, you know, something with winds. Rules are pretty simple. It's normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So you can't repeat a digit. You're putting the digits 1 through 6 without repeating in every row, column, and these 2x3 boxes. And the only additional rule is that the indicated diagonals all have the same sum. So these diagonals outside the grid, so this arrow up here is pointing at these 2 digits. This arrow is pointing at these 4 digits, etc. These all have the same sum, and that is it. That's all we need, apparently, to solve this blank Sudoku grid. So link in the description or in a comment or somewhere, or maybe it's on the screen. It'll be somewhere where you can get to it if you want to try this yourself. And I'm going to give it a try now. Let me reset the timer, put it on the screen here. Restart, there we go, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I mean, so it's you know, 6x6, so digits 1 to 6. So the biggest we can do is a 5 and a 6. So the maximum this sum could be is 11, right? And I suspect that's going to be the key thing here, because some of these, like this one, is 5 digits long. This one is 5 digits long as well. This one is 4. Now, I suspect we're probably going to end up with like 10 or 11 as the sum, which will limit what we can do. So let's look at the 5-digit long ones. These 2, they're going to be the same, you know, total sum. In fact, actually, this one is especially good because we know this is well, we don't know this is a 5 or a 6. Yeah, if we want it to be, if we want the sum to be large, this needs to be a large number. So let's look at that one. So what's the minimum we could do? Let's think about that. So we know the biggest the small one can be is 11. Let's see what the smallest the big one can be is. So this could be 1 and 2. These could be 1 and 2. Now that's 6, right? 6. Now this could be as small as 1, which would give us 7. But if you do, oh, now you could do, that is interesting, because if this, let's assume this is a 6 for a second, right? Then whatever's here makes those the same sum. Ah, that's interesting. So in fact, this digit, oh, that's what we should look at. Okay, so it doesn't even matter what the total sum can be right now. We might get to that. But let's think about this. This diagonal, those 2 digits have to equal these 5 digits. They both include that cell right there, which means this cell has to be the same as all 4 of those combined. The smallest these 4 can be is 6 total. The biggest this one can be is 6. Therefore, it must be 6, and these must be 1s and 2s. Okay, so we don't necessarily know what this is yet. It could be a 1, which would make this total 7. It could be up to a 5, which would make the total 11. So it's somewhere between 7 and 11. Now let's think about this one for a second. So we can do 1, 2, 1, 2, kind of. It's not great. It's doable though. So we could get to 7 again, except we can't. Here's the problem. If we do 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Then whatever our last cell needs to be has to be the same as the last cell on this other diagonal that has 1, 2, 1, 2, right? But these 2 can't be the same. So this can't be 1, 2, 1, 2. We know that much. So the only way to get 7 is to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So we can't have 7. We've got to have at least 8. I think you could do 1, 2, 1, 3 with a 1 and 1, 2, 1, 2 with a 2. I think that might theoretically be possible. And it would be 8. These would be 1 and 2 up here. It would be 8. That's theoretically possible. But let's look at this diagonal. That's the place to look now. We know this is at least 2. Let's see. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Because we've got 8, 9, 10, or 11 for our sum. But these two right here, what's the minimum we can do on this diagonal? Well, we've already got 1 and 2 in that box. So the minimum these can be is 3 and 4. This one is a minimum of 3. We're already at 10. We're already at 10 there. Just 3, 4, and 3 is 10. And the smallest this can be is 1. It has to be at least 11. Therefore, it has to be 11. This is a 5. Now, we need to do 11. We've got a 1 here. This can be as small as 2. We know what these digits are because we already got 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the box. We need 5 and 6, and the 5 there gives us the 6. These two 6s put a 6 right there. Okay, we already know that. There's a 5 in here. All right. This 1 makes this 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. There we go. Good, good. And now we've got these two 1s here, which means that's a 1 up there. The 2 can't be there, so the 2 has to be there in the box. These are 3 and 4. Okay, we're making all kinds of progress. This can no longer be a 2. 1 and 2. So these are 3, 4, and 5 to finish the column, but this one can't be a 3. And these are 2, 3, and 4 to finish the column. This one can't be a 2. The 3, 4 pair there makes this a 2. Okay, so this is 4 or 5. So these two together are 5 or 6. And remember, we need 11 total. 5 or 6. We got 3 more. So let's just put the minimums in there for right now. We could do 1 and 2. And it'd have to be in that order because this one can't be a 1. This one can't be a 2. 1 and 2. And this could be a 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So the minimum we can do is 9. So we have a little bit of flexibility. We need to get to 11. So we essentially have 2 degrees of freedom. Any of these digits could be 2 more than the minimum. So this could be, but this can't be a 2 or a 3. So if it's not a 1, the next smallest thing it can be is a 4. But 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. That's already too big. So this can't be a 4. It has to be a 1. This one could be a 2, 3, or 4. That could still work with the 2 degrees. This one could be a 3. It couldn't be a 2. And remember, we only had 2 degrees of freedom. So we've already got 2. So these 3 need to sum to 9. This is 4 or 5, which means these have to be 4 or 5 because it has to sum to 9. So 4 and 1, yeah, that still works. 3 and 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so there's a lot of possibilities there. Let's see. These are 3, 4, and 5. This is 4, 5, and 6 to complete the column because we already have the 1, 2, 3. And 5s, remove 5s from both of those. So this has to be the 5. It's the only place in the column to put a 5. We need to have, the 1. Look, the 1's here. Puts a 1 up there, but there's a 1 right there. So this has to be the 1. Okay, so, and we know this has to be 4 or 5. The 1 plus this has to be 4 or 5 together. So this can't be 2 anymore. So, because we've got 3 1s, that's 3. We need to have 7. So it's going to be, no, we need to have 8. Sorry. 5 and 3 or 4 and 4. Those are the options. Okay. Now, what do I do from there? The 2, where can we put a 2 in this box? It has to be here. And so now we've got 2s. That 2 rules out that spot. This is a 2. This is a 3 or a 4. We've got 3, 4, and 6. This can't be a 3. But there's a 6 over here. Oh, where can we put 6 in this box? It's right there, which makes this a 4, 3, 4, 3. This is not 3. This is not 3 or 4. It has to be the 6. This is 4 or 5, just because of the column, right? This has to be a 6 now. This is 4 or 5. And so we need to figure out, so these have to be 8. So it could be 5, 3, or 4, 4. I suspect that one of those two isn't going to work. So let's see. If we do 4 there, this is 5, this is 4. Right? If this is 4, then this is 5 and this is 4. Well, if both of those are 4, then these two can't both be 4. Therefore, it has to be 5 and 3. And then we can do 4 and 3. And this is a 4 and a 3. Get rid of the 3 there. And that 4 to the right gives us the 5 and the 4 and the 5 and the 4. And there we go. That is 4 Wins by Michael Lefkowitz. Very cool. I enjoyed that puzzle. If you tried it, let me know how it went for you, what kind of time you got, and if you were able to solve it and how it went, and which part, was the hardest for you to figure out. And if you were just solving it along with me, let me know, what thing you saw before I did and what thing I saw that you thought was gonna be wrong and ended up being right. And let me know also if you'd like to see more Sudoku on the channel. I used to do it more, and then I've been doing more word puzzles, and I haven't done as much Sudoku recently. So let me know if you'd like to see more 6x6s, or 9x9s, or what you'd like to see. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more puzzles of all kinds.